Today I'm giving some top tips while I colour this image from Syberia's March release. Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. If you like this video then please do give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed it would mean the world to me if you would consider hitting that button. Okay, so yeah, today I'm colouring. Now it took a long while, a long while to colour this image, the three flowers, and yeah, it took ages. So I've got it majorly sped up, but if you want to watch it a little slower, then you can do that. All you need to do is hit the little three, I think it's three dots or three lines up in the top corner, and you can change the playback speed so you can slow it down if that's what you want. But if you are doing that, I highly suggest that you mute it because I don't know what I would sound like. That would be weird. Just like my voice, but really slow. So I'm colouring this image, is called the Fabulous Floral Slimline card panel. As I said, it's from Alex's March release. I will have it linked below. It is stunning, beautiful, and I am loving these images that Alex is doing where they're already made into a card panel, because I just think that it's so accessible for people. You know, if you're not overly tech savvy and don't feel confident in working them and printing them yourself to get them sized up right, this is just print and go. Now I did print it and cut it using my silhouette machine, but you don't have to do that. You know, you can just print it straight off and just hand cut it. So now we've got that out of the way. Yeah, I just wanted to talk colouring because I don't know whether you've seen any of my other recent posts. I've been feeling a little bit burnt out, really, I suppose, crafty burnout, because I've been trying to get too much done, basically, do too much, because I don't like to say no. And it kind of, it takes the fun out of it, and I don't want that. I love crafting. I love this. This is my hobby. This is my passion. So yeah, I'm taking a little time to slow things down, she says, whilst she speeds at 7 times on the image. But like I said, this did take a long time. And yeah, I've not just sat down with my Copics and a beautiful floral image and just coloured it, not worrying about how it was going to turn out. You know, I did like 2 petals and hated it, but I made myself carry on, because it will go through an ugly phase. that tends to happen, but yeah, you've just got to keep going. And also you've got to be kind to yourself. You know, if this is the first time that you've picked up Copic markers, if you've never used alcohol markers before and you've seen, you know, me and other people using them and you think, wow, they're amazing, I'm going to get them and I'm going to be able to do that because I've got the pens. And that's what I thought. I thought if I've got the right materials, then it'll just happen. But that's not the case. You know, even with the best materials in the world, it takes practice, and you've just got to be okay with that. You know, the first time I tried to use Copic markers, well actually I had Winsor & Newton Pro markers, and the first time I tried to use them I was mortified because I couldn't do what I thought I was going to be able to do with them. So I put them back in a box and I left them for a couple of months before I tried them again, because I thought, I'm just rubbish. But that's not the case. It's just you've got to learn. When it's a new medium, you've got to spend the time getting to know that. So I wasn't actually intending to say any of that, you know. Sometimes though I find that the best voiceovers are the ones that I don't plan, just sit down and talk. So I did 2 red flowers. I skipped the colouring of the second one because it was exactly the same. And for the red flowers, I used a colour combination that is tried and true for me. It is my favourite red combination, and I find it easy to use. For the purple one, I decided to go a little bit bold, and I used some just colour plucked colours. And there was a phase during that first petal where I thought, oh no, I've wrecked it. But I just kept working at it, and I love how it came out. I just love it. One of the reasons why I love colouring florals so much is A, because they're beautiful, but B, nature is beautiful. Nature is random. You want to make an orange and purple flower? Yeah, nature does. Go for it. So there aren't the same rules. So like in this purple flower, I've got all different purples and like a really dark maroon colour going through it. But yeah, you do see that in nature. So don't be afraid to just try something. And don't be afraid to get it wrong, but that is okay. So my tips for colouring a flower. This is where the video is supposed to be going. So I colour it a petal at a time because that's how I prefer to do it. And there are a couple of things that you need to always consider. Let me check my notes. So you want to look for where you would have natural shadows. So it would be darker towards the centre of the flower, anywhere where one petal is sitting over the top of another, where it's folded over on itself, anything like that, you will have natural shadows. So you want to use your darkest colours there. Now, some people will colour the flower as if it's got sun coming from one side and that side's lit up. I don't, because that's just too much for me to do. I just like I think where the shadows are, and I just pretend that there's just even natural light. Just that's it. So so I don't worry about that. About light source. So you also want to take note of where there are like folds or crease in the petal, because there would naturally be that, and you want to emphasize that, and you want to follow the motion of the petal. So when you are colouring the petal, rather than just colouring it to colour the whole thing a colour, you want your lines, the lines as you're colouring, to follow the motion that petal is, because then you are going to have that sort of written in to your colouring, and that's going to really help you make it look more 3D. I can't tell you how much of a difference that makes. Just those little tips. So think about naturally where the shadows would be, think about folds in the petals and emphasize them, and go with the motion of the petal. Those 3 things will completely change your colouring game. They did for me, and yeah, they made it much more enjoyable. And now I'm in a place where I enjoy sitting and colouring, and I enjoyed sitting and spending a couple of hours colouring this, because that's what I enjoy to do. I love seeing it unfold, and I love the feeling I get when I'm done, and I look at it and I think, heck yeah, I did that. And that's why I'm in a place where I'm happy. You know, I'm not professionally taught at all. I'm not an artist. I'm completely self-taught, so but I've just spent a lot of time honing, and I'm at a point of my colouring journey where I'm feeling a little bit more confident and where I'm feeling like I actually enjoy it. But I'm not at the end of my journey. I'm still going, and we could always still go, learn more and more. So I added some little highlights with a white jelly roll pen because they I made the little stamens. I used a black glaze pen for that, so they've got a little bit of a shine, and yeah, and then I used a white jelly roll to add some highlights. Then I decided that I was going to put my flowers on a black background, so to help them to blend in, I just coloured the edges with a black water-based marker, just so you don't see them. I embossed Sentiment in white superfine embossing powder from Wow, and that Sentiment is from a Pink Fresh Studios set that Alex designed. And then I just added some strips of thin washi tape just because I wanted to. Foam mounted the flowers onto the black background and then popped that onto a white card base. And that is my card for today. This finishes my TED talk on on what's going on with me, my head, and why I love colouring, and some tips hopefully you'll find helpful. If you like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions about colouring or you want to talk to me about your own journey, then I would love that. Hit me up in the comments below. I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe, wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye!